It all began at 12:03 a.m. in a quiet corner of the city where the streetlights flickered like distant stars and time seemed to pause. Ella Hastings had never believed in fate. She believed in deadlines, black coffee, and the consistency of solitude. A final-year philosophy student at Langford University, she often escaped the pressure of life by retreating into late-night coffee shops, hoping the hum of espresso machines and the smell of roasted beans could silence the noise in her head. That night she was tired, utterly drained from a full day of lectures and research. Her oversized coat draped off one shoulder, and her glasses slid to the tip of her nose. She carried 3 worn books, a barely charged phone, and a cup of coffee she hadn't yet sipped. As she pushed open the door to Luna Brew, the bell above it gave a soft chime. And then, collision. Her coffee splashed across her coat and onto the floor. Papers flew, the books scattered, and she gasped. "Oh my God, I'm so—" "Sorry," came a voice, warm, calm, and slightly amused. The man she had bumped into stood holding a tray with 2 drinks. Tall, tousled dark hair, soft brown eyes with a ring of green around the iris. Tattoos peeked from beneath his rolled-up sleeves. Constellations, a coffee cup, and the words "Write softly." He looked down at the mess, then back at her. "I've always wanted my coffee with a plot twist," he said with a small grin. Ella blinked, slightly stunned. "Excuse me?" "I mean," he chuckled, "you just crashed into me like a character from a rom-com. It's refreshing." She looked around awkwardly, cheeks coloring. "I wasn't trying to be a cliché." "Well," he said, crouching down to help her gather her books, "sometimes the best stories begin with a cliché." And just like that, Jay Walker entered her life. The days that followed blurred into a strange new rhythm. Ella found herself returning to Luna Brew each night at exactly 12 a.m. Not for the coffee, not even for the silence, but for him. Jay was the night barista, working the late shift while chasing his dream of becoming a novelist. His apron was always slightly messy, and his hair perpetually unkempt, but there was something about him, his stillness, his gentleness, that made her feel like she could exhale for the first time in years. He began writing short notes on sugar packets. "You look like someone who's walked through rain just to feel something real. Some nights, silence speaks louder than love songs. You here at midnight make the world feel less lonely." She began saving them in a small glass jar on her windowsill. He began brewing her special drinks, always with 2 spoons of sugar and a hint of cinnamon, "just because it suits your soul," he said. They didn't call it love. They didn't even call it friendship. It was something softer, like a poem neither of them dared to finish. One night, under snowfall, Jay invited her to the rooftop above.